What's up, you filthy casuals? Welcome to the Casual Shenanigans Gaming Podcast, a podcast all about the irreverent love of gaming. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremiah, and tonight I am joined by Joel and Dave.
Hey!
Yeah, I did that wrong. I'm joined by Joel.
No. Well, I think you did it differently because you usually like, hey, and welcome to the podcast. That's true. You know, this was more mellow, and I was like, oh, this
Jeremiah
is gonna be a serious.
Joel.
No, I'm joined by
Jeremiah Joel.
Joined by Joel.
Dave.
You said I'm Jeremiah Joel.
I'm joined by Joel.
Hi, I'm Contrast Dave.
Low contrast. Low contrast.
Oh man.
Low contrast.
What do we do here?
It can save the shadows, but it is doing nothing for the highlights. Like the corner of your room and your forehead are still like it's blowing them both out. So I don't really know what the deal is with that. Well, that's a start. Can you turn off your head?
Oh, what was that? It's your sign, the bat symbol. You know, it's time for you to go.
Yeah, we are a podcast all about
a cheap sale needs you. Oh, sorry.
all about the irreverent love of gaming. We record live 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday nights on youtube.com/casualshenanigans. You can also follow us at casualshenaniga on Twitter, and you can rate us on the iTunes store, everything else. And you can write in to casualshenanigans@gmail.com to be a part of the show, like many of you do. And of course, you can also leave comments on YouTube videos. Look, basically, any way you interact with people on the internet is also an option for us, but don't expect quick replies.
And if you guys get here, quote unquote, early at 8 o'clock, when we're supposed to actually start, you can enjoy a half an hour of shenanigans during the warm-up. And if you miss out on the warm-ups, we post the compilations to the channel. Jeremiah works hard and posts the compilations on the channel, so you guys can catch the warm-ups. We talk about more off-topic stuff like cars and guns and stuff.
Like we go off topic and we don't pretend like we're gonna go back on topic.
Exactly. It's fun. It's just hanging out.
Oh, another short little announcement. We have done the project, the CSG original that we've been.
Yeah, I had all these announcements planned. I appreciate you guys all hopping in and trying to help.
Oh, you already had them planned? I didn't see them there.
I
so.
did. Yeah, you know, you're right.
You hide these announcements from us?
You're right. I didn't put them in there. I apologize. Okay. But yeah, Joel. So why don't you give us a few snips?
Yeah, here's a couple snips. Snip. No, last weekend we went to a friend's house. He's got a whole bunch of land, and we got our props together. Brought the cameras. It was 6 of us, and honestly, we had an awesome weekend. Like it was just camping. Jeremiah froze a little bit the first night out in the tent. That was great. But you know, we got really
good. I woke up in the morning. We were going, wait, is he okay? And like throwing the sleeping bag into the tent because I think I was sleeping. I had my hoodie on. I put my jeans on. I had a hoodie on. The hoodie was pulled all the way over down to here, and then I pulled the blanket up to there, and I was curled up into a ball on the air mattress, being like, I hope I don't die.
I filmed you in the morning. You didn't wait. I didn't wake you up, and I was just like, I think he's alive. It's like, poor little guy. Icicles hanging from him. No, but yeah, we had chili Friday night, and then first thing Saturday morning we woke up early, and yeah, started filming. We filmed pretty much all day. We got a couple hour break later in the afternoon, and then we filmed late in the evening till about I think almost like 12:30. But yeah, we filmed a lot. I don't know how long the short film's gonna be, but I think it might be anywhere between 7 to 10 minutes, but it's gonna be really good. It was awesome. Yeah, and I think we're definitely gonna be teasing it in the next couple podcasts once we start getting the editing and stuff together. But we shot a lot of extra stuff as well while we were there, and yeah, I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. So if you've been listening to the podcast or watching it for a long time, it's got a lot of our inside jokes in it, and oh man, yeah. We're not going to spoil anything. You're just going to have to watch it whenever it comes out. So, but it won't be too long. We're aiming for the next, I'd say 5 to 10 weeks to have it done. So,
yeah, it's not so much like a short film as it is an exploration of what my life could have been if I'd taken different paths. Because I didn't really act in the film. I just kind of imagined.
Which is not going to be very comforting once you see the film.
Yeah, that's
way
true.
more of that is real than you're going to be comfortable with. Now, was this the most podcast-related use of your hard-earned Patreon dollars? No, most certainly was not. But we told you guys this is what we want to do with it, and we've been saving up Patreon money for a while. Your Patreon money, of course, pays for things like our Teamspeak channel, and which is in the description of every podcast, by the way. It also pays for the website and podcast hosting and everything else. But we're also saving the extras and the extra money, and we want to use it for things like this, Casual Shenanigans Originals. We have a bunch of ideas. This is one of our more ambitious ones. It took us a while to actually... We had to have certain conditions and certain things needed to line up to do it, and we were able to make all that happen. I say we were able to do it. Joel was able to do all the filming, and Dave was able to do all other stuff. And I was there.
It wasn't acting. It was just
being.
Basically, we filmed out the woods alone with Dave, and he did stuff.
And
it's going to be a great
Joel and
show.
Dave's wives and our friend Picor. Joel just has to sexualize everything. Joel, you're just making clickbait.
I'm like that guy from The Office when James Spader was on. He's like, everything is sex.
Robert California.
Yeah, Robert Oh, dude, I love that guy on the show.
That name.
It was so ridiculous.
Now, before we move on with the show, 2 announcements. 2 weeks from now, I think we'll do a Casual Shenanigans Tech that week, because Joel and Dave will be at E3. That's 2 weeks from today, right? We will not do our normal yearly E3 conference recaps because I don't work from home anymore, and given the nature of my job, I will not be able to watch any press conferences that happen during the day, most likely, and the other guys will be at E3, so they won't be taking off. Oh,
Jeremiah, kind of good news is mostly all the keynotes are on Saturday and Sunday. There's only 2 of them.
Which one's
they're
Monday?
usually Monday and Tuesday, or Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, they're doing Saturday and Sunday. So Bethesda's the only one that's on it's Sony's is Monday night, so you'll be able to watch it too.
When do you guys fly
We're
out?
not gonna be together and do it. We're flying out Monday.
Oh,
so around 5.
maybe Saturday and Sunday we could get together and watch a couple.
Exactly, yeah. So the weekends we should be able to at least watch them, and you should be able to watch them. But
well, actually, Saturday and
Sunday,
autocross is Saturday.
Oh
and
yeah,
Sunday,
that's true.
So we'll actually be staying the night at the place because it's a double event.
We'll all be catching up. What's going on at E3? We're like in the building. What's going on at E3?
That's what I
What
was
games
telling
have
Joel.
announced?
we need you guys to be watching the conferences, because when we get off the plane, we're gonna be like out of contact for 8 hours on Monday, like right when all the main conferences are going on, flying. So
I'm gonna try to get what's that one app that I use that I just always spam hearts for everyone?
Grinder.
Periscope. I'm gonna set up a Periscope, and I'll Jeremiah, maybe I can have you or Dave tweet it out, but I'll try to do some Periscope live streaming while we're in the
Okay, cool.
We're in E3 land.
Our second announcement is I'll just let that settle. All right, Joel, no.
That was me tapping on the phone.
I don't know what that emotion would have been, but I didn't like it.
All right. So anyway,
Each to their own, Joel. Each to their own. But no.
I'm just gonna let it settle. Let it settle. You'll notice that James is not on the podcast tonight. James has decided to take a leave of absence from the podcast. It has nothing to do with the podcast itself. He still loves podcasting. And we love hanging out with him. We're still going to be playing games with him and everything. He's just had some personal stuff come up, and he needs to take an absence from being here with us doing this. So, Chris, we love James and wish James all the best, and we hope he's able to come back as soon as some things clear up for him. So leave him some love down in the comments. We love you, buddy, in case you can listen to this. And are you guys ready to move on with the show?
I was just going to say, I think...
Giving you hearts, James.
Go down go
Hearts.
Go swipe everyone hard
really
really hard
hard.
section.
I was going to say that we're going to make up for it in Rocket League time now.
Exactly.
On the actual podcast.
Exactly. It's time for drop
Joel,
shot so the extremely profane monkey screaming can begin again. Joel, have you played drop shot with us?
No, I haven't.
The combination of James, Tyler, Shane, and Mark.
Oh gosh, that's the dream team.
The profanity.
The dream team of filth.
It was vile. Apparently, I'm pretty good at it too, unlike normal Rocket League. Like, I'm okay at the main game, but I was only ever like really good at the first few weeks of hoops, like the snow mode, and then like the first week of drop shot, I was really good at it. That's all I can do. Don't do the soccer mode. Then I'm out. But it's a lot of fun. It's good.
Yep. All right. It's now time to start the show like we always do, with thanking one of our new Patreon supporters. Joel, who do we have to thank this week?
You guys got a voice or a character or an actor? Dave doesn't really know actors, so Jeremiah, maybe.
Robert, California.
Wait, wait. From the last podcast, you guys were talking about the Geralt actor. What's his name again?
Well,
The voice actor?
the voice actor, Greg Cockles.
Yeah, Greg Cockles. Yeah.
Doug
I'll
Doug
do my
Cockles, not Greg.
Greg. Hi, I'm Geralt. Greg.
Hey, I'm Greg of Rivia.
I can try to do Geralt.
Hey, Greg. All right.
Okay, here we go, Dave. Dave, just close your eyes and pretend you're in
Narnia. Pretend you're in Narnia.
What were you gonna say?
He looked like he was about to say Narnia.
No. The place called Nilfgaard, right?
Yeah. Milf? You want to say
Close your eyes
Milfgaard?
and imagine yourself in Nigeria.
What?
Shane, add it to the doc.
The armies came from the south. The emperor's legions from Nigeria.
He wants your money. Okay. Okay, let me
No,
let
he
me
wants
see if I
to
can
give you.
chant.
He wants to give you money.
Yeah, he wants
He
to
comes
give you.
bearing gifts. $700 million. All you have to do is sign this Western Union wire transfer. Geralt's like, I don't know.
Please return this parchment to the nearest dwarven-run bank to receive your inheritance.
All right, so Geralt, let's see if I can do this. He's just got a really low, just gruff voice. Patrick. No, that's a little bit too. That's not Well, I just. Shit. I'm just gonna go. Well, Patrick, we appreciate you pledging to the podcast. I don't know how much money you got, but you know what would do me right? A game of Gwent.
Game of Gwent. Gwent, Geralt. Geralt.
Let me get this straight, Joel. So, Nilfgaardians are from Nigeria. Geralt is from Louisiana. Got it.
Well, I can't say that
hope he didn't
go about like I expected.
Donate enough money.
What?
Hope he didn't donate too much.
Oh no, he's one of our bigger supporters now on a monthly basis.
Oh no!
That was. I mean, I think the fact that you tried the Geralt voice is like a matter of honor.
Well, I think if you
That
go look up
honors him.
Doug Cockles like doing the voice, I think if you practice a little bit, it's a doable voice. It's not just like a low gruff voice. Like there's a couple things he does with it. I bet like
Geralt
you've tried
voice.
enough voices. Now we know we can get one or two sentences out of you, and we know what direction it's going. Like we have a limited run of a couple words.
If I listen to it for a while, I can do it.
Yeah, but I think you could do it. Like I think it's a pretty doable voice for people who can do voices. All right.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now I heard his voice. I'm Geralt. He just sounds like that. Like
Getting closer.
yeah. Want a round of Gwent?
That's not bad. That was a nice, like it was a little bit of a breathy, deep voice. You didn't sound like you were straining that hard.
Yeah.
It's just nice and low.
Guys. Geralt.
All right.
Geralt of Rivia.
My orchard's on fire, Geralt! All right, so E3 predictions. You guys know how the game works. Each of us has 3 predictions with 2 safeties. I'm the only one who actually made any of those, and I actually like all of my predictions, and I'm going to offer them up as extra credit. If you guys want to take any time to put extra ones in there or not, that's up to you. But we'll go around, we'll do our predictions, and then after E3, we'll get together, we'll go back over the predictions, and then we will award points. The points don't matter, and
Just
nobody
like
ever really
pants on a toll booth worker.
and nobody ever really wins. So, like,
It's true.
out of 3, 3 things each, the winner might get like half of a point. But Joel, how about you go first?
Yeah, I'll do one. I think a AAA PSVR game will be revealed by a first party, that is, too. Like by As in like like a Bloodborne, like those, like, you know what I mean, like officially like Sony or whatever. So I think we might see a AAA game revealed for PlayStation VR. I really hope so too.
But a first party?
A first party.
Okay, so there's some partial credit options there. AAA.
No, I mean, like,
first
okay,
party.
like Farpoint, Sony stepped in and they helped with funding, and they helped market, and they basically made the controller for them.
That's not a AAA game, though.
Yeah, but that's not a AAA. No, it feels pretty awesome, but I think there might be an actual AAA game revealed by Sony that's first party.
Like if they went Days Gone is going to be like all PSVR compatible.
Yeah, I mean, or like, From Software did something, or who knows what, just like a legitimate AAA first party.
All right, Dave, how about you?
Just go ahead and grab one off the top for predictions.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, whichever one you want to do.
I got lost in tabs there for a minute.
Oh yeah, okay.
I actually wanted to, see this is the Daisy and Battlefield podcast, talk about Daisy briefly. I think we're going to see another subdued show from Daisy. I don't think they actually showed it last year at all. I think it had no presence on the show floor. I think this year they are going to have something at the Bohemia booth. I'm going to say like 10 computers. No, I'm going to say actually no computers playable. They're going to have a display computer running a alpha version of the beta. It won't be playable. They won't talk about dates, but they're going to show like the new player controller and stuff on top of the new graphics from 0.62. But just like a very like hands-off, like, here's the beta. Don't touch.
Here's our new roadmap.
Don't touch.
Here's our new roadmap.
And it keeps bringing it farther and farther away, and they give you binoculars with the opposite way, so it feels even farther. Like, oh, I can't read it.
Could be
No
worse.
focus.
But it
No
exists.
It could be like Cloud Imperium Games with Star Citizen, where they're like, every $1 million you give us, the roadmap gets longer. Everything stretches out. It's in a time warp because we're in space.
Dude, I enjoyed that episode of you guys talking about that game, because
About
when you
Star
said that,
Citizen?
I was thinking, that's just probably legitimately a game that just is not gonna. It can't be done. Like, it can't be done yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, within a model that you're gonna make money. Like, it could potentially get done if people just want to keep funding it forever and ever and ever. But even when it is done, it might not even be any good. You know what I mean? Like, they might have gotten everything they wanted to do, but it's terrible gameplay, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. My first one is Scorpio will support Windows Store apps, so Universal Windows Program apps, will support keyboard and mouse, and will be $500. I think you're going to be able to run.
That's a bold prediction.
I think you're going to be able to run like normal Windows stuff you can grab from the Windows Store. I think you're going to be able to run on it, and it'll have full keyboard and mouse support. It'll basically be like a starter version of Windows designed to play games, and I think it will be $500 because it'll be significantly powerful. I mean, we're making predictions. Joel, looks like you disagree with this a little bit. Let's hear your thoughts.
I don't think we're going to see the Windows Store apps. I think you might. I mean, I think you might see the same apps of like Spotify and all that kind of stuff. Maybe a tad more, but I don't know. I mean, that would be pretty awesome. Like, you buy that and it's essentially a computer too.
Right.
That would be really cool. Like, are you saying like it could potentially have like a desktop or just run just the Windows apps?
Yeah, potentially like a desktop environment of sorts.
Yeah. That would be pretty awesome, honestly, because I mean, like, you could bring it up to an office, plug it in, and you could use it as you could do
Maybe.
documents
Yeah.
and stuff on it too, or you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. That would be really cool, actually, because that would be a really good price computer / dedicated gaming rig. You know.
Now I'm going to do two, since you guys have 3 each and I have 5. I'm going to do 2 of my others because they're related to this one.
That's
so
fine.
I'll do them as standalones, but we can talk
The
about the points
audacity.
later. So next thing, Forza 7 will be a launch window title for Scorpio. They've already talked about how they can run it at 4K, native 4K, 60 FPS, and all this other stuff. So
What's out right now? Forza 6?
Forza Horizon 3. Forza
Gotcha.
6 came out last year. So they do a Forza game every year. They alternate between Horizon and a regular Forza Motorsport title. This just
What's the difference between those?
Forza Horizon 3 or Forza Horizon is more arcadey. It's that open world, like roaming around and
gotcha.
everything. Where regular Forza Motorsport is like Gran Turismo. You have the normal real world tracks. You have 700 cars. You have all that stuff. So Forza Horizon is more like more like Need for Speed, and Forza Motorsport is more like Gran Turismo. It's a replacement for Gran Turismo because we're now over halfway through the PS4's life cycle, and there's not been a Gran Turismo game released yet.
Gosh.
And then my third Microsoft specific prediction was Microsoft is going to show off / demo / heavily feature their gaming VR solution during their press
You think
conference.
like the Hollow thing? Or like an
HoloLens is
actual
augmented
VR?
reality. I'm saying VR.
Gotcha.
VR for Scorpio and Windows PCs. Now, it may not be made by Microsoft. It could be third parties that they're partnering with to do it. But I think they're going to be like, this is our VR platform we're going with.
That's cool.
All right. Who's next?
This is just my. Yeah. I don't even want to say it. But you know. Well. Damn it! I don't even want to. It just pisses me
Joel,
off so much.
Everybody knows.
Half-Life Portal game, something. I know it's not going to be Half-Life 3 because they legitimately came out and said Half-Life 3 doesn't exist, but a Half-Life or a game in the Half-Life universe is being worked on. So, who knows?
The part that scares me is what if they announce Half-Life 3 and we're not together?
Oh, I'll be there for him as a true friend.
Jeremiah, you don't even know what would happen. Like,
Okay, now I'm scared, Jeremiah.
like,
I'm
okay.
out.
If it was like back in 2004 where they announced it and they showed like specs and it was just like mind-boggling, like this is incredible. How did they make a game like this? You know, I've never seen anything like it before. The next effing paycheck, I would be building the most badass PC, like, or as soon as any of the specs leaked, bam, I'm building one for that one game. I'd have a 4K monitor. I'd be ready to go.
That's what we need to bring Joel back.
That's honestly the only game that would be like, I really, really need to build a PC for, because I'm not playing that on a console. I'm just not.
Or Joel,
I played it all on mouse keyboard. It's just that's where it's home for me.
Hey, Joel.
Yeah.
Being a Valve created and PC centric thing, you can, in the Vive, you can customize what the cameras look like when you're in the dashboard, or what the motion sensors look like, and what your controllers look like. So mine might be Portal cameras, and my controllers might totally look like crowbars, like the Half-Life crowbars.
What is that noise? So many noises right now.
It kind of baffles me how much of a fan I am of Half-Life games. They were just
Why should it bother you? It's a good idea.
No, I mean because it's to me it's like Star Wars. It's like, I mean, the tiniest thing. Like, I could care less about random toys or whatever it is. Star Wars Toy Day, I want to be out there just looking at shit, just taking it all in. Like, oh, what is this? What's that character? Oh, it's got a cool blaster. Oh my gosh, I just love it, and it makes me happy. But yeah, I was telling Dave the other day, I saw a video about Counter-Strike. Oh, geez. I know we had the podcast like ages ago about like the CSGO skins, but it's like it didn't even register because I never watched any videos of it. But when I saw a video of the guns that are in that game now, the fruity pink and the weird golds, and I'm just like, what happened to Valve? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was down to like skill, but now it's like you got weird, I don't know, it's just like, what happened? Like, they really have gone just like, it's just 100% catering to the crowd, where I think it takes a little bit of away from maybe, I don't know, like, have some pride for your work, you know, outside of this. It's kind of like, oh, well, we can make money this way, and this is what people, I don't care if people like it. It's like, it'd be like saying, okay, imagine this, right? It's totally fine for people to like that, but I'm talking as an art, right? Let's say you're making a painting, Jeremiah, okay? And you love making detailed trees, okay? Mm-hmm. But guess what? Everyone else hates trees. We want a desert. So do you just go, oh, well, people like desert, so I guess I got to make a desert? It's more of like, okay, yeah, you can give in and make a desert. Or you know what? How about you make the trees that you really wanted to make? And so I think sometimes you see developers like they're adding the extra things and all this because it's like, oh, it's a thing. It's like, I don't know, when it's kind of like, you know, we didn't actually want to do that, but that's a thing now. We should probably add it in. It's just crazy seeing like their cool trailer videos they did back in the day, and now it's like, get your hats and skins.
Yeah. So you can gamble with them. It's okay, kids. Get on in there. Place your bets.
I don't know.
So, Dave, what's your next one?
I think we're gonna have an announcement from CD Projekt Red about a new game. A new game, like not Cyberpunk. I don't think that's gonna be out in the next year. Still,
Why would they be starting like another game?
They had mentioned, was it last year? I think a project besides Gwent.
Oh, that's true.
It hasn't been announced yet.
That's true.
I think we're gonna see it announced at E3. And all right, Joel, you've got Half-Life 3 to squeal about. If they announce something Witcher while I'm at E3, they're gonna have to like take one of those Half-Life crowbars to like pry me off of the CDPR booths. Like I'll just be like attached to the side of the booth, just absorbing everything.
Dude, it's good we're going together because like if either one of those happens, we need to be there to support each other.
Just a box of tissues to wipe away all the tears of joy. Maybe like a fan just to hold in your face.
Dave, if they announced a Witcher VR mode, would you buy one like that day? If they said, hey, you're going to be able to experience Witcher in first person roaming around an all new adventure made specifically for VR so you can be the Witcher.
There is already a mod that lets you run around. But it's not
legitimate.
Like
you know what I mean? Like a legitimate ground, like made from the ground up for VR, where you can see the sword and all the detail. Dave, like you would buy one that day.
Oh yeah, dude. That's what credit cards are for. It's for surprise announcement from CD Projekt Red. That's what credit cards are for. That's my second prediction.
All right. I mean, now how do you they'll I think last year was one of your predictions that they would announce Gwent, or was it just that you really, really wanted them to announce Gwent?
I think the writing was already on the wall. I think I actually skipped that as a prediction because it was basically confirmed. Like they'd already done like the logo and the copyright and stuff like that.
Okay.
I honestly can't remember that. Yeah, from what I remember, guys in the chat, let me know if I'm wrong. They never actually announced whatever other game that they were saying that they were working on last year. I don't think that was.
I think we would know. I mean, it's CD Projekt Red. I think we would probably.
It'll be interesting if they do. The only thing I think they honestly could announce would be another Witcher thing, because they announced that other Cyberpunk thing ages ago. You know what I mean? And done it. So it's like, what are they going to announce a game they've already been working on and haven't showed, and they're going to release it sometime soon? I doubt there's another game that's farther along than this, unless it is something Witcher related.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think it's not going to be anything cyberpunk related. Like I don't think we're going to get a release date. We might see some of the game at E3, but it's going to be low key, I think, because looking at their Twitter feeds and all from the last year, they're still hiring like UI designers and programmers and stuff, like vehicle gameplay designers. This game sounds like it's going to be huge, and it sounds like they have another year and a half easily, until a launch, maybe even 2 years still.
Nice. All right, my next one is Ubisoft will demo the new Assassin's Creed and talk about the release date and minigame details, and it'll be one of their their big featured games of the show.
It's already gonna be shown off, but you may be right about the release date. But it's already,
is it confirmed?
It's already been leaked. Yeah, there's already been leaks.
But we don't. Oh, dang it. Well,
yeah. They've done a tweet saying, like showing like this like foggy photo of, more details coming soon. So I would wager a lot that they're going to be showing it off.
Okay. All right, Joel, what's your last one?
I think Nintendo is going to announce a new Animal Crossing game for the Nintendo Switch. I think because that's one of their big IPs. I think we might see that. I wanted to say, you might see a Metroid Prime by the developer who did the Metroid Prime series. But I'm not sure about that. Like they've been working on something for the last 4 years. So,
have they announced a Super Smash Brothers
like HD version of it or whatever?
Like a Switch version for Super Smash Brothers where you can play with your friends standing around in a circle?
That might be announced. That could be announced too, because I think the last game was really, really good. So I could see them easily porting that, kind of like the Mario Kart.
Yeah. Okay.
The Mario Kart.
All right, and then my last one. Oh wait, no, Dave. Sorry. What's your last one?
Yeah, I got one last one here. The last one's going to be that we're going to see something for a Alien Isolation sequel of some kind teased.
I hope that happens.
There's been a lot of Alien Isolation talk recently, I feel like. Like PC Gamer's done some articles about it. With the new movie coming out, I think has been a big part of it. There's just like a lot of ground chatter about Alien Isolation, and everyone has been saying like, that was such a great game, it was so good, it was underappreciated, all this stuff. I'm like, is this like viral marketing in progress here? I think we might see something possibly again from Creative Assembly being teased in the Alien universe.
Nice. And then my last one is Sony will announce that Days Gone has a spring 2018 release window.
That'd be cool.
It seems like it would fill that like Last of Us spring release date. I mean, the fall release dates don't mean as much as they used to anymore. But
I should have put on here a Last of Us trailer.
Oh yeah,
That definitely could definitely be shown off. So I mean, because they've already shown that little teaser, showing the gameplay in or a little bit of the forest and stuff like that. So yeah, I think we might see at least a trailer.
All right.
That would be awesome at Sony's. So
sounds good. All right, it is now time for What Are You Playing This Week? A part of the show where we talk about everything we've been playing in the past week. I'm the only one who wrote anything down on the sheet, so I will go first. After it's been over 2 weeks since I've made any videos on YouTube, and I've barely been playing any games besides Battlegrounds, and I've just kind of been slipping out of, like, I don't know, I've been lazy or something. So I am trying to dig back into it now, and I have been playing a lot of the Vive this week on my computer and on the Potato Masher. So first surprise is that the Vive, no spoilers, like it functions totally fine on a USB 2 port and on lower end hardware and whatever else. Like even if it doesn't meet minimum requirements, it's like, but that's fine, your choice. It doesn't like complain or anything else. Now, if you didn't know what you were doing, you could potentially get yourself in a little bit of hot water, but kind of is most of the case with VR right now. Like you have to do a little bit of research going into it. Like I don't think anybody can just pull it out of the box and go, well, let's see if I've got room to set this thing up. Like, do I have any games? What can I do? Like you have to do a little bit more research than maybe a standard gaming experience. But so far it hasn't really been nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be to get it up and running. But the games I have been playing, I've been trying a bunch out, but I've been playing some Arizona Sunshine, which is that zombie shooting game. That one really benefits from being room scale. So I need to bring that upstairs. And I'm going to plug it in the living room and play some there. I've been playing Project Cars in VR, which is a ton of fun. I was driving around Laguna Seca yesterday, and I was just like swerving and getting really close to people. And then I realized like, oh, I can see where the other car is by turning my head sideways and looking out the side window. Like I can just flick my head to the side and just see like who's next to me or whatever else. It's weird because when you're looking at the preview screen on the computer, I'm playing on the lowest graphic settings on the Masher for Project Cars, and it looks ugly. Everything is flat. Like the textures aren't that great. The lighting's bland. Like it just doesn't look good. When you're inside the car, it's like, I'm driving a race car.
Do you want to borrow my steering wheel for a little bit? Because I'm going to be using it when Dirt 4 comes out. But if you want to use it to try it out with that.
That's okay. Honestly, I enjoy using a controller still. Like a steering wheel would be cool, but I'm having a lot of fun with the controller. But thank you. Call of the Starseed it's like the Gallery episode 1 Call of the Starseed or something. It's kind of weird. Shane, to answer your question, my head does not go through the car roof like Jeff's Oculus in Project Cars. It does not. There's a setting you can actually turn on so it recenters the camera. There's kind of a bug in the game since it was converted for VR later. Every car is slightly like different sized. So wait, Dirt 4 is coming out next week? Really?
What? Man, that's coming soon. Gosh, this is like TV show right now. Like Bloodline came out, House of Cards came out. I'm like, these games are coming out. I'm like, I need more time. Please stop.
You do need more time because the robots are coming for you, apparently.
Yeah, but the VR, like the headset can recenter you with each new car every time you start a race. So I did that, and that worked pretty well. But anyway, Call of the Starseed is like a adventure exploration game. Think like Myst or Trader's Gate or like one of those more old school things, but you can move around in a 3D space and everything. That's been a lot of fun. Well, I've been doing a lot of learning with it, so I don't know if I'd say it's been a ton of fun. It's a different game than I would normally play. It's an interesting experience in VR because just the very act of exploring is a little bit different. So I've also been playing The Vanishing of Ethan Carter in VR, which I beat the whole game just on desktop when it came out. So I'm not going to play through the whole thing, but it's interesting just going around and seeing how the puzzles and everything are different when you're in VR. And then the blue, I'm glad I got it on sale because I would not spend $10 or whatever this costs normally, but it's 3 interactive adventures in the ocean. The first one is you're just standing on the prow of a sunken ship and you're looking around, and then an 80-foot blue whale like glides up and glides right up to you and blinks its eye and like swoops its tail and everything, and like it's cool, but it's very short. And then you can be in the middle of a coral reef while there's a bunch of stuff happening around you, and you can be on the very bottom of the ocean floor looking around in the dark in like a whale carcass, like with all the bones around you and stuff. So it's fun to try, but it's not a game, it's just a experience. But I've got like 15, 16 games installed, VR games installed. I've installed War Thunder, which is a free-to-play like plane combat game. I'm excited to try that out.
Go easy, Jeremiah. Go easy. You're like, yeah, VR sucks. Like you just played like all the twists and
I told you I was playing Redout, which Redout is is pretty much a new F-Zero or like Wipeout style game. And as soon as I took off, I was like, this is too fast. This is too. It's like when you're launching an Elite Dangerous down the tunnel, except all the time and you're trying to steer. And I'm like, this is so fast right now. I just bounced off the walls the entire time. But anyway, yeah. So I've been having a lot of fun. It's
nice.
Finally. It's very demanding. When I get it upstairs, I'll invite you guys to come over and try it out because there's definitely some fun stuff.
What are we doing tonight, though?
I got some plans. If I'll talk to you guys after. A little bit of.
Well, we might have a game we're playing.
Star Trek Bridge Commander.
Is it Battlegrounds?
No. He's got Star Trek. So then we might play it together. You can watch our stream, Dave. It's just like being there.
Oh, Dave wanted to play Battlegrounds.
Actually, I had something else in mind.
Oh, really? All right. The way you're saying that makes it sound like there's something like a surprise.
It's not anything special, but anyway.
All right. Well, I think Joel and I are going to try Star Trek Bridge Commander.
Maybe save some time for Dave too.
Well, all right. Then just talk to us after the show and tell us what you're planning, because it's kind of hard to make decisions based off the tiny amount of information.
Thanks for coming up to the podcast tonight. We're gonna go play games.
All right, Joel. Star Trek Bridge Commander. How's it doing?
It's doing fine, thank you. We're all fine here. How about you? Star Wars reference. I've been playing pretty much just Battlegrounds and Farpoint this week. I'm really close to the end of Farpoint. My brother came over last night to pick up a hard drive he needed, and he played for about an hour, and he was loving it. And he's like, what a Call of Duty game. I want. It's really, really fun. So that's pretty much all. I got to play a little bit of Star Trek last night, but then my internet kind of went down halfway through, and it was already like really, really late, so I kind of called it. But it was awesome. I can't wait to play it tonight. That's what I've been doing.
So can you walk everyone through like what is Bridge Commander?
Okay, it's Star Trek Bridge Commander, and basically, if you were into the show and you watched it and you know what the bridge looks like of the ships, you essentially get to be the captain or the engineer or on a tactical or comms or like there's a whole bunch of different roles. I think it's 6 people can play at the same time. I can't remember if it's 4 or 6, but it's cross-platform. I have it on PlayStation, and you can play with the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive and stuff. And basically, you command a ship and you go on away mission, or not away missions, but you go on missions. But you get the whole screen that pops up. And honestly, I was just like so amazed. I'm just sitting there and like you're looking around and you're seeing everyone because you can see the people's hands move and stuff like that. But it was just so cool. Like, oh my gosh, I'm in Star Trek. And I was over tactical, so my job was basically scan like asteroids and hail people or send probes out to scan stuff and say, hey, this thing is dangerous. or this isn't dangerous. Let's put these, and the captain's like, tactical shields up, and I'm like, Roger, Captain, and I was like, hit the button, but it was just, I don't know.
Does this explain to you like how to play if you don't like? Because I've seen plenty of Star Trek, but I don't know all the roles too.
There's a whole tutorial you can do, and I only did a little bit of the captain, but I didn't do any tutorial for the tactical. I just jumped in and I said, hey guys, I'm gonna help. I think I can figure it out. And I kind of figured it out. It was pretty easy. So, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff. I want to go back to the tutorial, just learn everything. But I had a blast. It was just so cool. Like, oh my gosh, I'm in Star Trek. And yeah, it was just funny looking over to your left and you see like some guy working on engineering, like controlling the throttle for the ship and, like when to do warp. And the guy's like, engage. I was like, this is so cool. And I the whole time I was thinking, I can't imagine how fun this would be if we could get our whole crew, like get Debbie, get Shane, people like that, like all playing together. We would be giggling the whole time because it's hilarious. And I couldn't help but think, like, if Dave plays, he has to be a Vulcan. Has to be a Vulcan.
But yeah, it would be. I'm offended, but you're also completely right.
A Vulcan with a beard. So, yeah, I'm looking forward tonight.
Now that I know that you guys have plans.
Dave, just talked us out of this. Good grief. Good grief. All the drama. All the drama. Oh my goodness.
That's how you get clicks, right? Is YouTube drama.
I just realized that not only is Skype putting the little blue lines under each of your like cameras when you talk, but it also has bumped your video feeds right up next to each other. Like there's no margin in between them anymore. It's just one feed going right into the other. So that's cool.
Good work, Skype.
Anyway, it is now
time for Dave to talk about what he's playing this week.
Go for it.
Part of the podcast where Jeremiah forgets about me again.
You didn't even let
Just like you guys are going to forget about me after the podcast and play your
I'm sure you have Fallout building, Dave.
You're not wrong. Yeah, so what am I playing this week besides Fallout, I guess is the main question. I'm doing a lot of building in there as usual. Rising Storm Vietnam launched this week, and I am having a blast alone so far. It's fantastic. Positional sound is fixed. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. We talked about it last week, I think. I'm also watching the DayZ experimental version. I loaded into it for like 2 minutes just to look around. The environment progress is awesome. Still not going to play it again until more of like the player controller and gameplay stuff is there. But man, the environment stuff really makes the game feel a lot newer. It looks like it already still felt like the most authentic survival game as far as like realistic looking terrain and areas of the world that feel real, but it feels like much more alive now, and they're doing some impressive work for sure. Also this week I tried out Crossout for the first time. It's
Crossout. It sounds familiar.
It's the I'll just describe it here. Mad Max style build your battle car and compete game. It's actually in open beta right now. It's free to play and try out. I've been told in the comments on my video that the reason I'm having a good time is because I haven't hit the point where you hit a certain ranking apparently, where every vehicle in the game, right, that you build has a rating of like armor and attack ability and engine power and stuff like that. And you're ranked into competitive matches based on your vehicle's overall rating. And they warned me that after a certain point, you hit players with like hundreds of hours who are so in tune with the building system, they can just barely get their vehicle like under one of the lines for the matchmaking, where it's like really powerful for that class, and they just smash other people in the PvP. It's like a tiny bit underpowered, but still like a really, really good car for that class. They're like, you haven't hit that point yet, it looks like. And I was like, oh boy. But honestly, the crafting is super easy to pick up, and I enjoyed building it. They had reached out to me from the Fallout videos, whole apocalyptic crafting thing. Arma is continuing to be probably the best Arma experiences like the last 6 months since 64-bit. Like a different game. It's awesome. So much fun every single Monday. I am unfortunately out next week for recording stuff, but the Jets DLC is out, and we're using them a little bit, but I'm hoping to do some more missions that involve more of the Jets DLC stuff, just because, like I said, the game is just at a fantastic place right now. It's so much fun. And that's basically. Bounty Train. I also tried out Bounty Train finally.
What's that?
And it's a kind of RPG top down, kind of like train empire building sim. It's story based though. And my problem is I've now put an hour into it overall and managed to fail the tutorial 3 times because you're supposed to they give you certain amounts of resources to complete objectives. And I keep going off the rails, as it were, and wanting to do one extra job somewhere. It's like, oh wait, that's going to cost me too much coal to go between these cities, and I'm bankrupt, and I missed the opportunity to get a loan, and I can't progress. That's happened to me 3 times now, and I need to just go back, restart it, and actually follow step-by-step instructions until I'm out of the tutorial section, because it is pretty cool. It has a great soundtrack and a great style to it. It looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, basically you're like a railroad tycoon's son right before the Civil War, and you're trying to save his railroad empire. It's cool. That's what I've been up to.
Cool. Joel? Wait, no, we already did yours.
Yep.
All right.
I see. You don't forget about Joel.
Oh my gosh, the insecurity is just.
Is it because you guys spend so much time together on the bridge, as a team, commanding stuff?
We haven't even played yet, Dave. But our hearts will be one tonight.
I didn't agree to that though. I basically said I don't want to play, and you were like, "Do it, buy it, buy it."
Then let John play tonight. He'll play with me.
No, I'm gonna play.
You don't want to play.
I'm gonna play.
No,
I'm excited. I'm excited to play.
What's happening right now? This is weird.
Dave, come over to Jeremiah's house, and then you could play.
Wait, what?
Just kidding.
All right, it's now time for the news.
News time.
Speaking of Half-Life VR, Half-Life 2 VR has been greenlit on Steam, and it's going to be a mod for the 2004 PC Gaming Classic. It's a community project not officially sanctioned by Valve. It will allow players to experience the world of Half-Life in a modern VR headset like the Oculus Rift or HTC Vive, and it's been in development since 2013. It will feature modern VR head support, motion controller support, updated effects, textures, models, and maps, and a new UI specifically for VR. And multiple VR locomotion methods. It will also be distributed free of charge, but it requires you to own the normal desktop versions of Half-Life 2, Episode 1, and Episode 2 on Steam.
I'm excited and so pissed too, because Valve is either hey, we made a game. You guys want to do anything with it? All right. Freaking A.
It's been 13 years and someone's making a mod for it, Joel.
Hey, guess what, Valve? People really like Half-Life. You want to do anything to that whole teaser at the end?
They also really like Counter-Strike.
Yes, they do. Game's gonna turn into a runway model sim where you show off your pretty guns.
The distaste
Joel,
is real.
please. My doctor said to cut down on the salt. Stop.
Dave, what news do you have for us this week?
Just some random internet things going around. There's a guy who's letting Twitch viewers trade actual stocks with his actual money. Twitch has actually beaten a couple of games based on the chat system where you put in a command, everyone spams the chat, and the system adds up the commands and moves the character left or right or attacks or blocks or whatever. They beat Dark Souls 1, didn't they? I'm pretty sure Twitch did.
I think Twitch did, yeah.
Yeah. So he's got $50,000 that he's got on the stock market, and he's letting his Twitch channel do day trading with it. He's got a few limits on it, so it can't go too crazy. But I think it's actually just the limits that are placed on day trading in general, to prevent massive losses. I think it bottoms out at 25,000. I love this quote though. PC Gamer, I believe it was them that did the interview here with him, and he says, quote, "I'm not sure what to expect. I was able to do a simulation that lasted weeks, even losing $100 a day, which is a lot to lose in the stock market. I don't think it would happen that fast." And Again, he's got a lower limit of 25,000 because that's the regulatory minimum. The final quote in the article is, "I guess I'm a little nervous," Mike laughs, which about sums up the whole idea. He's going to let strangers on the internet day trade with his money on Twitch. We're living in weird times, folks.
It'll be when does that start, you said?
When the stock market's open, I believe at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Maybe
Oh
even
man,
today.
it would be awesome. It's like 1 minute in. Oh my god.
Like he hits the bottom limit, like like account frozen. There's just like alarms going off. That's my random news for the week.
It is now mail time.
Mail time.
Getting soulful this week.
We have 2 bits of
Well, yeah,
mail. The
too
first
much
one,
salt, so-
Lock Gamer wrote into casualshenanigans@gmail.com. Just like you can be a part of the show. And he has a picture of the Count from Sesame Street with the Casual Shenanigans logo on his hand. And it just says, "You suck," read to you in every Joel voice.
Why is it that?
I mean, just because it's funny.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was something I said or did.
Well, you say like Dracula, "You suck." Like you say.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, what was that?
What was that head motion that went along with that? You're like,
I suck your.
I'm liking you.
Why? All right. Susan wrote into casualshenanigans@gmail.com, just like you can to be a part of the show. And she said, "Hey guys, absolutely love your podcast." Thanks, Susan. "I was looking forward to hearing your take on Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm wondering if I missed an episode or part of an episode because I haven't heard you all talking about it other than brief mentions. Given all the drama surrounding the problems with the game, did you decide to leave it alone? Thanks. P.S. I enjoyed Andromeda. Not a perfect game by any means, but I find myself immersed in the environments and exploration." Have any of us played Andromeda? I have not yet.
I haven't either. So, like, I just don't really have anything to say about it because I haven't played it. I'm not really interested to play it, but if I do and play the whole thing, then I would probably give my recommendation or...
Did you like the other Mass Effect games?
Yeah, I did. I loved all of them.
Why are you not that
Yeah,
interested to play this one?
I don't like none of the trailers looked really that interesting to me. Like once I saw the gameplay of it, it looked like I don't know. I think also because I mean, like I was so invested with Shepard as a character. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To me, it's hard to like pick up a brand new story. You know, I think even if there was a bit of connection to Shepard, I think I'd be more inclined to play it. Just because I mean, I have a lot of like investment in those other games. Where this one you are completely playing from scratch, and it came out during a bad time for me to even have time to play it. I'm knee deep into Wildlands, playing Farpoint, VR. Battlegrounds is the next biggest game I've ever played. You know, so it's like,
whoa.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I mean, like it's like Rocket League came out of nowhere. Like, holy crap! I now have 90 hours in this game. I was not expecting it. So that Battlegrounds time could have been Mass Effect, maybe. So yeah, I don't know.
That tavern look.
I've enjoyed seeing some of the weird wonky animations and stuff, but I heard a lot of that all got fixed and stuff. So apparently the game works good now, and I think it looks like it's like a solid 8. I think, but I just don't know anything about it and don't really plan to play it anytime soon. Probably. I want to play Tomb Raider, the sequel. I just have not gotten around to, but I'm kind of excited because it's going to be like $5 by the time I do. But I love the first one. I played it like straight through, but there's just been too many fun games I've already been playing. So,
and yeah, as far as Mass Effect goes, I actually got a review copy, but I haven't played
of
anything
Andromeda?
beyond the first. Yeah.
Oh, is that on your Origin account or?
Yes, you leech. I mean, valued friend. But I mean, I haven't played any of the other ones besides like the first 10 hours of Mass Effect 1. Before I play anything new, I'm gonna at least do like a YouTube catch up, and I almost hesitate to do that because I'm like, I feel like 2 and 3 probably hold up pretty well.
They do,
and
and 2 and 3 are really good. Like if you're gonna play any Mass Effect game, 2 is really the one you should play.
Yeah, I think I could YouTube 1 maybe, like a summary of it, and then play 2 and 3. I think I could do that. But guess who hasn't finished Witcher yet? This guy.
Wait. You haven't finished Blood and Wine?
I still have more side quests to do. I'm still finding monster contracts.
Did you?
I haven't 100%ed it yet.
Did you complete the main story though?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I thought so.
I did a let's play of that. Yeah.
All right. I do want to play it at some point. I haven't really played anything that I want to. That's my excuse. I don't have an excuse, I guess. I do want to play it at some point. I just haven't yet. So.
What was the last game you finished, Jeremiah? Was it Witcher? Like,
yeah,
legitimately finished? Yeah.
Yeah, probably Witcher. I want to go back and do Doom. Now that I can play it at like
Doom
80
would be awesome in VR. Holy crap. With the
I ought
shotguns
to see
and
if
stuff like that.
I ought to see if there's a mod. Let me see if there's a mod real quick. But now that I can do it at a completely locked 60 FPS, every single option all the way up with G-Sync, I kind of want to go back and like try to. I think they're not really releasing updates for it so much now, so they shouldn't get the same bug I had before. But yeah, I'd like to try it out. Oh yeah, a Doom VR was announced. That's right. It's supposed to come out sometime in 2017, I think. But that'll be really cool when it does. Yeah, thanks for running in, Susan. When we do play Mass Effect Andromeda, we'll talk to you about it. Maybe if Dave loans out his account, I'll check it out.
That's not allowed, Jeremiah. I can't have you impersonating.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
That's identity theft.
you can't violate the sanctity of YouTube.
Oh.
You can't mess with the integrity of YouTube. All right, it is now time for 90 Seconds with Joel, a part of the podcast where Joel lets us into his mind and we all spend the next several minutes trying to escape as quickly as possible. Joel, take it away.
I like that. Very nice.
Okay. So I just recently learned would it be acronym, right? So the acronym TLDR.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I just learned actually what it means. I've always wondered, like, what the crap is this? It's always everywhere. And I'm like, I have no idea what it is. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't really like go search it, I guess. Like, what does that mean? I just like, I don't really care.
So you just scanned over it like hundreds of times over the years?
Yeah, but I've kind of come up with what I think it means and what I thought it means. I don't know if this is like, this might be crass. Really crass.
Oh yeah, we have a line here that we just don't cross on the podcast.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought
Oh no.
I thought that TLDR was like, so you have like a mass of text and then a small bit. I always thought it's kind of like the gesture, kind of like here it is, right? Like like here, like, I don't know. It's kind of like you don't want to read what I said. Well, then here's the vomited version or something like that, right? But I always thought it meant tiddler. I always thought it was like I'm just tiddling around, like so every time I read this mess, and at the bottom it says tiddler, and then it just go like what
How is that even
pronounced
that
it?
crass? I don't know.
Well, because
Oh, boy.
I had a double mistake, and you know where I'm going with this.
I really have no idea.
No.
Okay, well, gosh, this is horrible. Well, you've never heard of like diddler or diddling, right?
Yeah, screwing.
Okay, well that's what I thought tiddler meant. So it was like a double mistake. So I was just like, why is that there? And then why they just spell it out again? I'm like, I don't understand. It's kind of like they're like, I didn't. Let me try again. Tiddler. And then they just,
I'm just tiddling around.
It doesn't make any sense.
I was like tapping on the keys. I'm just tiddling around.
That doesn't make any sense.
Your mind just took that journey instead of spending 30 seconds to Google what it meant.
Yeah, Joel,
You went on that
you're
journey.
out on the edge of the branch, just grasping into open space, going tiddler, tiddler.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, like tapping fast, like, tiddling around, I don't care. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of like a shitty version of what they just spelled. And so now I finally figured out that it's too long, didn't read. But But I'm like, ugh.
I mean, evidently, any of the explanations for it are too long.
I don't want to read it.
No, do you know what it's actually
supposed to be
for?
sarcastic. Like,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like making
No,
fun of
it's not
people
just
who don't-
sarcastic. It's also like if you only have time, it's a quick summary. It's the Cliff Notes
Yeah,
version.
I know.
It's almost always sarcastic. Like my favorite TLDRs, Joel. I saw one on a science subreddit one time where the guy had like this great like detailed explanation of, I don't know, how like water combines together and like won't spill over the edge or something. And he's like at the bottom, he's like, all right, for you guys who are in a hurry, TLDR, don't skip anything, read it all so it makes sense. So it's like TLDR at the bottom. He's like, it's like, don't you slack off, go back and read it all. Oh
Okay.
man,
Well,
tiddling around.
What I find interesting is you thought that was maybe too crude. Like,
Well, 'cause
you've
it's
listened to
kinda-
this.
it's-
You've listened to this podcast. You've listened to what you've said on this podcast.
Well,
right?
it's so very specific, I think, or at least
Okay.
the second version of it. So to me, that's just like, I don't know. That's like really, really specific and gross. So, because I mean, in the gaming community, people are always like dicks, you know, just saying everywhere. Like, but like that's like, I don't know. That's not you.
That's us in the gaming community. Penis, 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 penis. I can't stop, penis.
What's gonna happen, Joel? Is
Hearts.
the next time you see the Riddler in like a Batman movie, you see him like, tiddle me this.
Tiddle me this.
I cannot see. Ah! Tiddle me this. That does sound bad.
Tiddle me this. Tiddle me that. I've got a great big bat.
What?
Yeah, Batman related, you know.
No.
I've got a big old bat. That was it. That was the entire joke. What?
I put myself out there. I knew this one was gonna be really garbage.
Joel, you need to be really careful about putting yourself out there on the internet because otherwise you might get tittles.
Every
All right, I'm done. I'm done.
I don't.
All
I
right.
don't know what.
Yeah,
to
there's.
say.
Any comments for this week?
I don't know.
All right,
Dave.
guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dealing with our shenanigans. We really appreciate your patience with us. Just the apology outro.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out and being a part of the show. As always, you can tweet at casualshenanigans or write into casualshenanigans@gmail.com to be part of the show. What's up, Joel? What's up?
Debbie Tiddler on the roof.
That's good. That's good. That's really good. Oh. All right. For those of you guys that made it to the end of the podcast, I want to hear your best tiddler puns down in the comments. Let's just fill that comment section with tiddling. Oh, man. Jeez. What is this?
Joel, get it together, man.
How are you not enjoying this more, Joel? Come
I
on.
have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it.
You're not gonna be captain in Star Trek tonight. You're gonna be like you're gonna be just something silent.
Well, that'll teach me. You can't be the captain when we play Star Trek later.
Joel's gonna be Tiddler in Chief. Spew. Oh man. For those that couldn't see the video, he was drinking a LaCroix in case that sounded super weird.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and being part of the show. We appreciate you guys. And as always, and until next time, stay casual.